So today's notes are fairly short and hopefully not too hard to comprehend. And so today we're trying to find a percent of a number. What does that mean? If I said, hey, Mohammed got 85% on the test. The test had 46 marks. What mark did he get on the test? So what mark did he get out of 46? That's the question, right? That's the number you're trying to figure out. All right? So that's what we're going to look at. So to calculate the percent of a number, we convert the percent to a decimal. Then you multiply by the number given, or whatever the test is out of. Yes?
I don't have a sheet.
You don't have a sheet? You were here yesterday.
Yeah.
And I gave it to you yesterday.
I forgot it home.
You're lucky. I have extra.
Why does everybody always love it?
You're lucky. You're pretty soon you're going to handwrite these out. Okay. So, we have a question here. What's 12% of 50? So if you got, Lachlan got 12% on the test, and the test was out of 50, what mark did he get out of the test?
What test are we doing here?
This is hypothetical.
Okay, wait.
Hypothetical. Or this quiz from today, right? I don't know. Okay, so first step is to convert our percentage into a decimal, right? So a percent to a decimal. You guys remember how to do that?
Yeah.
How do we do it?
You divide it by 100.
You divide by 100 to do this. Divide by 100. So we go 12 divided by 100, 0.12, 0.12. Or you can just move the decimal 2 spots over to the left. Okay? So that's step 1.
I got 6 answers right on the quiz.
Step 2, multiply your decimal by what it's out of.
You got 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 6 on the
So Lachlan got 6 on the test. So now this is all calculator work, right? So I'm not expecting you to do this on your head. So you go 0.12 on your calculator times 50 equals 6. And he sees this mark. He's like, I'm going to do better from there next time, Mr. Dollywall.
Am I though?
I don't know. I really don't. I hope. You hope. What's the reality?
We all hope, but what's reality?
Yeah, what's reality? Okay, so now doing this calculation actually is quite common in everyday life. Can you think of 2 examples for me? Provide me 2 examples where in everyday life where would you need to find the percent of a number. Can you think of an example? All right. I use it almost, I'm not sure weekly, but I do use it monthly and stuff like that.
School.
Other than school, a real day life. Abby?
Figuring out your percentage on a test.
Often on like food, they'll put a sticker that says 50% off or 25% off.
Yeah, so on food, on clothing, you go to a store and they say the jacket is 80% off, 30% off. How much money are you taking off, right? So one could be percent discounts, whether it be on food or on clothing, i.e., say 30% off.
Oh, the Geico insurance guy.
How much do you actually save, right? What is 30% off? Is it $1? Is it $2? Is it $50? Right? So this calculation will help you figure out. The other one I use quite often is whenever me and my family go out and eat, right? So you get a bill at the end of the meal, and you want to tip your server for the great service they've provided you, and you want to figure out how much money to provide as a tip, right? So a common tip for a decent service is 15%. right? So what is the amount that you're going to tip them, right? So what is 50% of your bill, right? So these are common things I use all the time. It's like, okay, all right. So let's do a few examples here. All right, example 1. So what's 35% of 15? Step 1, turn that 35% into a decimal. We divide by 100, remove the decimal 2 places to the left. 0.35
You get 5 points.
of 15 times 15. Now,
You get 5.25.
okay, 5.25. Thank you. I'll do that. I'll write that down in a second. Just to give you a clue. If you see the word of, that mathematically means multiply. So in word problems, you see the word of, that'll give you a clue of what kind of operation to do. It means to multiply. Okay? So now, in your calculator, you do it. 0.35 times 15 is 5.25. Okay? Equals 5.25. Okay. B. What's 230% as a decimal? Somebody yell it out. What's
2.230.
2.30, 2.30. 230 divided by 100, right? So it's 2.30. Or move the decimal, place 2 places to the left. You started here, 1, 2, so 2.3. Of, that changes to a multiplication sign, 35. And calculate. And we have, thank you, Alana, 80.5. Okay. C, what is 0.1% as a decimal? Do it without your calculator. Move the decimal 2 places to the left. So 2 places to the left.
0.01.
0.01, right? That's where the decimal goes, right?
Are there 2 zeros?
Yeah. 0 point, right? There was already, right? And if you want to confirm, you grab your calculator and you can do it. What's 0.1 divided by 100? Right? So of means multiply 5,000.
It equals 5.
What does it equal, Jared?
5.
5. Thank you. Okay. Next one looks a little ugly. It says 2.5%. So whenever you see a fraction in a percentage, maybe convert it to a decimal. So 2.5 is 2.5. 1 divided by, you can just go in your calculator if you're not sure how to do it. You go 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, so that's 2.5%. So what's 2.5% as a decimal? Right? You divide by 100, or you can try the decimal, moving the decimal trick.
0.25.
0.25? 0.025. 0.025. Right? 2.5 divided by 100. Right? So then we go 0.025 times our 20,000. And what does that equal?
I don't want to know. 1,000.
No, you multiply. You use your calculator. Times 20, 1, 2, 3. Right?
Equals
Right?
500.
Equals 500. Okay. Okay, let's do a word problem. Okay. The survey showed, so going back to the left-hand side, 0.25% of 800 students use inline skates to get to school.
Like,
Rollerblades.
oh,
Yeah.
what? Why?
Why? Because you can have the old school ones where you have 4 wheels and the wheels aren't in line. In line are rollerblades because all the wheels are in one line. Makes sense to me.
Weird.
Noah knew it. He's like, All right. So how many of the 800 students use inline skates? You guys know how to rollerblade? Show of hand. Who knows how to rollerblade here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I can barely do it. I bought my kids the 4-wheel rollerblades for Christmas. Last year they just love those. All right. We have a big open house, so there's all winter long. You skate around inside the house. What age do you guys started doing inline?
I was like 8.
8. Okay.
The end is 200.
Yeah. So let's do this. The answer is not 200. So what is 0.25% as a decimal? All right. So quarter. Remember, quarter is 1 divided by 4 is 0.25%. Right. 1 divided by 4. 1 divided by 4 in your calculator. You can get this number, right? If you don't know it off the top of your head. So that's as a percent. What is that as a decimal? You divide it by 100, or you move the decimal place 2 places to the left. 0025. 0.0025. All right. You divide by 100. Okay. So then you go. Of 800, that means you take your decimal and you multiply it to the 800. And what do we get? So in a school of 800, all right, you should practice, just don't watch it on the screen. You should be able to practice how to do this in the calculator. It would be kind of very silly to lose a lot of marks because you didn't use the calculator properly, all right?
2.
The answer is 2, right? So it's a word problem. We give a little statement, right? 2 people skate or use inline skates to get to school. All right.
Wait, so that means 2 people? Oh.
2 people, 2 students.
That's 25% of a school.
No, 0.25%.
Oh.
Not 25%, 0.25%.
Okay, never mind.
All right?
I was about to say.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the other page here. Example 2. So we have 30.75%. Oh, this should be the word of here. 30.75% of 400 students survey said they own a cell phone. So how many of the students own a phone? All right. So once again, when we're given a percentage, a fraction in a percentage, do that as a decimal before converting to a decimal. So 30.75. Remember, 3/4 is 0.75. So 3 divided by 4 is, right? So 30.75%. What is that as a decimal? What is that as a decimal?
0.30. 5 cents.
Yeah. You divide by that number by 100 on your calculator, or you move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay? So, of 400 students, so 400 students were surveyed, so we go 0.3075 times 400
Equals 1.
equals 123. Thank you, Jared. So, 123 students have phones. So, I'm going to do a little statement. 123 students have phones. Okay. So Adele, in the example 3, invested $40.12 in a saving plan at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, her investment was 120% of its original value. Right? How much was her investment worth at the end of the year? So how much money should she have? So you put in $40.12 at the end of the year. How much money did she have? It went up by 120%. All right? Okay, and how do we do this? So, Abby, how did you do that?
Well, 120% is 1.20.
So 120% is 1.20 as a decimal. Divide by 100, or move the decimal place 2 places to the left. All right? So the amount of money she made then is what?
40.4.
Yeah, so you multiply by 40.12, and you said it was 48 point what? 14, right? So since we're talking about money, and it even says in the question, it says near cent, you should have 2 decimal places, right? That's how many, you have 2 decimal places for cents. So, so we give her a little statement. Her final investment is worth, include the dollar sign, $48.14. Okay?
It's not a lot of money.
Hey, 20% growth over a year is a lot of money nowadays. Interest rates nowadays are like at 2%, right? You get hardly anything for saving. It's good for borrowing, right? So your parents are probably really happy because they don't have to pay too much extra on top of their rent, or their mortgage, right? So good for borrowing money, but it's not good for saving money. All right, so that is it.